Hello everyone, for today's video I have a full Disrespect themed moveset. This was suggested by Animes, so if you guys have any moveset theme suggestions for yourself, please feel free to leave them in the comments and the best ones will be used for future videos. And of course, if you do enjoy these videos and you think they deserve it, please leave a like. So getting into this moveset, we've got Super God Fist, the Flash Skewer Time Skip, Key Blast Cannon and Pressure Sign as our 4 supers, Spirit Sword and Soul Punisher as our 2 ultimates, Super Saiyan, but Super Saiyan 3 specifically because of the stance, and Vanishing Guard as our evasive. So looking at the moveset, it's pretty much a strike build, so I am glad we've got Super Saiyan here. But if I were to run this moveset competitively, I probably would replace Key Blast Cannon with After Image or something like that, and Soul Punisher with Darkness Rush. So as we go into the first fight, I did decide to wear something that Future Trunks wore when he was first introduced to Z, which I do think works very nice for this moveset. I did put like the typical Saiyan boots on because I just think it fits better, but okay, this guy, he was very, let's just say he was interesting to fight. In a moment, he's going to go for the God Destruction's Anger, and I did try to perfect block it because I think you can, but I'm not too sure. It is a bit funny because I did see that coming a mile off. It felt like time slowed down and I could have just easily avoided it, which I could have, let's be fair. He went for it again there, I kind of expected it, hence why I went for the Key Blast Cannon, because I just wanted to see if that would cancel the tail, because it does cancel out basic Key Blasts. I just want to see if it would cancel out the God Destruction's Anger. So here he goes for Super Saiyan 3, and now he goes for the Supernova, which I thought was very funny because, well, when we first saw Trunks in Dragon Ball Z, he just completely tanked Frieza's, Mecha Frieza's Supernova, which is pretty much what I just did there. And because he did use God Destruction's Anger on me twice, he goes for it again in a moment. Yes, I'll just completely avoid it. I'm thinking, well, he's using on me a few times now. I think it's fair game that I just continuously use Super God Fist. So, you see, that's the 4th time I went for it there. I go for the back hit there, he vanishes, go for the Super God Fist. I dash into him to make him stand up and go for the Super God Fist again. And I'm just repeating that now. Like, if you want to keep using one attack, I'll just keep using it as well if I can. He goes for the back hit, I get the perfect block off. He's almost got his stamina broken. I just need to get one more perfect block off here now, and that would pretty much break his guard. He goes for the basic light combo here, but he goes for the teleport, so I go for the Super God Fist again. I just noticed there, he's actually Super Vegeta 2, not Super Saiyan 3, so that's a bit of a correction from earlier, my bad. At this point, I'm just kind of seeing what he's going to do. He flies away, and I'm thinking he's going to go for the God Destruction's Anger again. He doesn't. He starts charging up the Spoo Bomb, and I'm thinking I should be able to avoid that just by step vanishing when it comes back into me. I'm successful the first time, but when it comes back in, I just get the timing completely wrong. He vanishes there, I get the back hit, and now I go for the Key Blast Cannon. Doesn't hit him for some reason. I go for the Flash Skewer here, and I just love that attack. I think it looks very, very nice. And pretty much for the rest of the fight now, he's going to continuously try to run away to either charge up or to fire the God Destruction's Anger or another Spirit Bomb. I mean, with the Spirit Bomb, it does do a lot of damage, and if you know how to avoid it, then it's easy to avoid, but I think that applies to everything. You just saw right there, he went for the God Destruction's Anger, probably out of desperation. I mean, I'm not getting desperate here, but I am getting a bit frustrated because there is a bit of lag in the fight. I mean, I'm trying to hit him here by dashing into him, and every single time he's out to just like hit me first. As I've just mentioned, there is a bit of lag. It's not too much of a big deal, to be honest, because I mean, I still win. But I do decide to give him a second fight, given I was playing around with him at some places. So for the next fight, I do decide to play a bit more seriously and just pretty much, you know, I'm trying to beat him now. I believe he picks the same preset, and right here, he goes for the, you know, he just time skips me. Like, you can see that's why there's a bit of lag. So, I normally would be able to perfect block it when someone dashes into me like that, but again, because of the lag, it just makes it like 10 times harder. I was expecting him to just fully charge up. I wanted him to do it to turn Super Saiyan 3 or Super Vegeta 2, whichever one he's running now. Because when I beat him, I want him to have like max ki, max stamina, so there's no excuses really. After the rush volley, he does actually fully charge up now, so I'm just going to wait for him to do that. And in a moment, when he does have full ki, he's going to go for Super Vegeta 2, and now I'm going to dash into him, and this is pretty much where the fight's going to start. He's extremely predictable. He's going to vanish after every 2 or 3 hits, so that's something I'm going to keep in mind. And this guy's strategy is to fly away and rush into you to send you flying back, and then to use either God Destruction's Anger, Supernova, or the Spirit Bomb. You can see right here, after I went for the Time Skip Flash Skewer, he flies away. I block it, not perfect block because the connection's a bit wonky. I mean, I can see him accidentally breaking his guard. I can't remember if he does actually do that, but that would be pretty funny. He actually just vanished without me even hitting him to continue the combo. I mean, he really is panicking now. Going for the Spirit Bomb, essentially right in front of me, he's just asking for you to get punished. Right here, he's going to vanish. I knew he was going to vanish because in the previous fight, and even in this fight so far, the moment he has 2 bars of stamina, he's going to immediately waste it and go for the vanish. We're going to the clash here, and I was actually expecting him to go for either the Supernova or the God Destruction's Anger, because I just see that will be something he would actually do. He doesn't, so that's a bit surprising. Again, right here, the second he had 2 bars of stamina, he goes for the vanish. And now I am pretty much just playing with him. I am playing a bit disrespectful, but that's what the moveset is, so who cares? He went for the Supernova there, don't know why, but used the Homing Dash to break his guard. I now have a ton of stamina and health, and now I have 5 bars of ki. I teleport down to him, go for the Spirit Sword, and unfortunately for him, if you pause at the right time, as soon as I hit him, his stamina does recover, so I don't think he would have even had the time to use his evasive, which was a super explosive wave I believe, so it would have protected him. Fun first 2 fights, kind of annoying at some places because he'll just continuously use the God of Destruction's Anger. Oh well, let's move on to the third battle. So my opponent this time is running a Freezer character, which is always nice to see. It's nice to fight someone who isn't the same for once. And judging from his attacks, he's running a ki build. So the fight has pretty much started, and I'm just trying to get a feel for him at this point. We both vanished at the exact same time there. So I go for the throw. Now I dash into him. I try to hit him, and he panic vanished there, I believe, because I don't believe I did hit him, but even if I did, it was only like a few hits, then he dropped out automatically because maybe lag, I don't know. So he did get a panic vanish off there, so I'm thinking, okay, he probably doesn't have the best ki control, well, the best stamina control I should say. I did go for the Vanishing Guard followed by the Super God Fist because I need to go for a stamina reset. Well, I don't need to, but I want to go for one because I just want to have a fresh bar of stamina as I start to play, you know, properly against this guy. I did kind of waste some of my own stamina to begin with, so it's kind of like a fresh start now. But not really, because he has a lot more health than I do, because he was able to get a decent combo off me while my stamina was recharging. I can imagine if I had after damage on this preset, that would help me out a lot, because, you know, there's been a few opportunities that came up so far that would have been perfect for after image. But here I go for Super Saiyan 3, and I'm kind of baiting him now into turning golden. I love that transformation name, turn golden. Great. But I do turn Super Saiyan 3 because I do want to do as much damage on him as possible when I do hit him, because he's a very fast and a very aggressive player. I go for a second stamina reset thinking he's going to try and pursue me. He does, so I hit him with the Spirit Sword, and I hit him with the Pressure Sign as he dashes into me for the second time. So that's going to give me enough time to recharge my stamina. I do drop out to Super Saiyan 3 because I'm thinking I probably will need a lot of ki to use some ki attacks against this guy, because like I've already said, he's a very fast and a very aggressive player, so Super Saiyan 3 for this situation wouldn't be the best thing to use unless I have max ki and I only use my ki attacks when I know they'll hit him. And given, like I've already said like the 3rd time now, he's a very fast player, it probably wouldn't be the best thing to use. So that is why I dropped out Super Saiyan 3. So he did turn golden there, and I don't know what it was about this guy, but whenever I would vanish, I knew when he was going to back hit, but I just couldn't get the timing to actually perfect block it or to block it at all. So that does suck for me. He goes for the Super Destructo disc there. I used the homing dash because I did panic a little bit and I just forgot how to deal with it. I mean, just simply vanishing, well, start vanishing, that'll be enough to counter that. But he did go for a stamina break there, and that would have been the end of me if I didn't fly out the way. I go for the Pressure Sign again there for the 2nd time I believe for this fight, and that's going to counter it. He goes for a second Super Destructo disc. I go for the homing dash again because I don't really want to take any risks at this point. And now I hit him once and go for the Super God Fist, and that's going to do just enough damage to finish him off. Very intense and close 3rd fight. So let's see how the final battle for this video will play out. I picked the same map. My opponent has Soul Punisher and Super Gun. I mean Soul Punisher, in my opinion, I don't think it's really that good of an attack. I'm sure I've mentioned that before. But on the other hand, Super Gun, in my opinion again, is probably one of the best ultimates in the game. I go for Ki Blast Cannon here to finish out the combo, which sends him flying back. And now I'm just waiting to see what he's going to do. He goes for the Gun. I did try and fail to perfect block the first hit. Now he's charging up and I go for the Rush Volley. But because he's using the full power energy charge rather than maximum charge, it's going to give him enough time to quickly cancel it out and to move out the way. But he did turn Super Vegeta 2 here, so I used the homing dash to break his guard. I go for the Super God Fist here, and in a moment when he has his full stamina recharge, before it's fully recharged, I did go for the fully charged back hit, but he didn't vanish. I mean, now we have pretty much the same amount of health. roughly the same amount of, well, it's pretty much even now. Well, it was until broke his guard. So I don't really want to use too much stamina here unless I can go for stamina reset. So I do turn Super Saiyan 3 and then I was waiting to see what he's going to do. It kind of glitches out here. He went for the Gadget gun, and because he's Super Saiyan 2, it warps. So I break his guard again here and go for the Soul Punisher because I've not tried it yet in this match. It does hit him, but compared to Spoot's sword, it didn't do nearly enough damage. He's just standing still here, and I'm not sure if the connection dropped or he just disconnected, because when I went for the Soul Punisher, it could have looked like on his end that would be enough to finish him off, but I don't know, but whatever. But I did drop out to Super Saiyan 3 to try and recover some more ki, but it doesn't really matter at this point because I'm fighting the computer. He is kicking my ass, but now I've got 2 bars of stamina to be able to vanish. It's going to be pretty much game over now. I mean, it's the computer, it's not really going to do anything. But he does send me flying back, so I'll just go back into him, hit him a few times, he vanishes, I go for the back hit, and then I'll finish him off with the Super God Fist. So thank you guys for watching the video. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.
Mm-hmm.